If you're looking for a place to buy or sell your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, check out u4gm.com as a reliable place to do so and use code ELYTE, E-L-Y-Y-T, for 5% off at checkout. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today we're talking Road to the Final. Not Road to the Knockout. We already had that promo this year, Road to the Final. And we already have a loading screen. We've had this for the last about day and a half now. And today the promo actually drops. As you guys can see, once it pops up on our screen, we have an Algerian right back, a Brazilian center forward, a left wing from Italy. And all of these cards are already confirmed. We have all of the cards from Team 1, including a couple of cards that are going to be released during Team 2. So you guys are going to know exactly what to expect today at 6 p.m. content. You're going to know the squad building challenge that's going to come out today. And I'm also going to give you guys my trading tips that come along with it. I'm going to tell you which cards I think that I'm going to be buying tonight to overnight flip. And I'm also going to be showing you guys my investments for the first Road to the Final squad building challenge that we are going to get. So if you're interested in making some coins or just learning about how this Road to the Final promo is going to work, this is the video for you. But before we do that, let's open some of the saved packs we've got here from Marquee Matchup. We've also got an 84 plus times 5 pack that we've got to open. And hopefully we can get at least some good fodder out of that. But I do know of a lot of people who have been saving their packs for this Road to the Final promo, and for good reason. The Road to the Final promo is going to have cards that just seem more expensive than what they should be. If you guys have played the game for FIFA 23 for the past couple of months, ever since it came out, we've had 2 dynamic promos. Well, I guess 3 if you count ones to watch. 2 other dynamic promos already. The one of them was Road to the Knockouts. And Road to the Knockouts, very similar to this promo. In fact, the card designs are basically the exact same. And then on top of that, we also had Path to Glory. And Path to Glory is what I want to talk about mainly because Path to Glory cards were so expensive going into each match. And granted, I will say that the World Cup has even more hype than Champions League, but let's not understate the amount of people that will watch Champions League and how much hype each one of these cards has before each knockout stage match is played. Because every single game is going to have a 100% impact on the card's price, and you're basically going to get to see on this first match after these cards have been released whether it's going to be upgraded or not. And so we're going to see a lot of cards tank in price, absolutely drop to the ground, and people are going to lose coins if they take those risks. And then we're also going to see cards skyrocket to the moon because of all of the hype around the card getting an upgrade and potentially getting another upgrade. So the first thing I do want to show you guys is actually going to be how these cards will be upgraded. Road to the Final upgrades are a little bit different than what we have seen in Path to Glory and what we saw with Road to the Knockouts. Because Road to the Knockouts, they gave upgrades based on a certain amount of wins and then obviously qualifying for the knockout stage. This time, every single win seems like it's going to count for something, or every single advance in the stage is going to count for something. So as you can see here, the win of the first knockout game after campaign launch is going to get a +1 upgrade. But as you guys know, quarters is round of 8, okay? So winning the first knockout game after campaign launch and qualifying for quarters will get you 2 inform upgrades, which means that if you're an 81 rated card, you're going to go all the way up to 86. Now, there's not too many low rated upgradable cards in this promo, and I'll show you guys those in a second. But a card that's 86 rated will go to 88. A card that's 88 will go to 90. But here's the thing some people are not thinking about is if a team, for example, won 2-0, or let's say lost 2-0 in their first match. They lost 2-0. And means they have a hill to climb in the second leg, and then they end up winning the second leg 1-0. That means they're going to get knocked out. They're not moving on to the quarters, but they'll still get the +1 upgrade for the win. but the player on the other team will get the +1 upgrade for qualifying for quarters, and on top of that, will have another opportunity to get another upgrade. Because if you qualify for the semifinals, you get a +1 upgrade, and then you also get 3 new traits. We saw that in Path to Glory for the first time. If you qualify for the final, you're going to end up getting a 5-star weak foot, and then if you win the final, and you win Champions League this year, you're going to get another +1 upgrade, and then also 5-star skills. I guess Marquinhos isn't too bad from an 84 plus. It is an 88 rated fodder card, but we only get 4 84s along with him. So I don't know how happy I can be about that. Let me know, is that a dub or an L? I'm kind of leaning more towards that being a pretty big L. I was hoping to get some more SBC fodder to help complete Mbappe's Player of the Month, because I have dug myself in a hole that is far too deep to come back from. I'm going to need to complete that SBC at this point. There is no going back. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the players that are going to be in this promo. We start with Chiesa. This is one of the cards that was on the loading screen, the left wing from Italy. His card already looking good, and that's why this promo is going to have super expensive cards, is because these cards are already very good. It's a card that you would probably see in a normal promo, except for the fact that it has an opportunity to get upgraded again. Now, this being a Europa League card and Juventus playing Nantes in the first round, they did draw 1-1 in the first match, but they are likely to move on and likely to probably go farther in Europa League than they would be in Champions League. So the cards that do have the Europa League upgrades are actually more likely to get upgrades as they go farther. So Manchester United, if they're able to get past Barcelona, and if Barcelona is able to get past Manchester United, there's a good chance that any of those cards will probably end up getting all of the rest of the upgrades. Now, these cards, of course, are Europa League cards, so it's not strictly Champions League cards like we were just talking about with the UCL upgrade pattern, but the patterns are the exact same for both of them. Gabriel Martinelli is another one. Arsenal, another big club in Europa League. Now, there is definitely competition in Europa League this year because there are some talented teams that are competing for the title in comparison to normal. However, they do have an easier path to get there. So as long as they don't run into another powerhouse like in an unlucky draw, there's a good chance that they're going to get higher upgrades. And he's already got 5 stats, 80 and above. That card could end up being very good after a couple of upgrades. Next up, we've got Volland from Monaco, and his card looks okay. Maybe with some upgrades, it's usable, but Volland has always been fodder every single year. Next up, we've got Miranda, a left back from Spain. Doesn't look like a terribly exciting card. And then, of course, we've got Martial from Manchester United. So if they are able to beat Barcelona at Old Trafford next week, then they will. He will get an upgrade to 91 rated, and that is going to be a very, very expensive EPL striker with a potential of getting even more upgrades. Next up, we've got Eric Lamela, another one from Europa League, Sevilla. They ended up, I believe, winning their match 3-0, so he's most likely to get the upgrade going to the quarterfinals. Comes down to what they do in their second leg if he's going to go to 87 or 88 rated. Then we've got our first UCL road to the final, Nuno Mendes. And this card, obviously very, very good and great links. With him being Portuguese and PSG, it's the perfect links, but you also got to think everybody who did the Nuno Tavares card and grinded out that objective, well, I would feel a little bit slighted because this card easily replaces it. Now, of course, you get that objective card as an untradeable. This card is tradable, but just knowing that there is an even better Portuguese left back in the same league now, it's not very lucky timing for you. Next up, we've got Ferran Torres, another Europa League card from Barcelona this time, facing off against that Martial card. His card looks pretty good. It does definitely need an upgrade or two to be, you know, ahead of the power curve, but with a couple of upgrades, it is a spectacular card. Then we've got Lucas Moura. A lot of people predicting that this was going to be part of the road to the final rewind. Nope, he's part of the actual road to the final with Tottenham Hotspur. So he's got 94 pace and 91 dribbling with 85 shooting to start us off. Tottenham Hotspur can make a run, and that card is going to be disgusting. Next up, we've got David Alaba, already looking like a usable card and in distribution, one of the best center backs in the game. I've been using Javier Mascherano's World Cup Hero card a lot this year, and I really like that card just because of its distribution stats. It might not be the best defender in the game. He's definitely not bad, but this card would be a very similar card just on another level. So I really am excited for that Alaba card. Next up, we've got Firmino, and this card was leaked on the front page for your loading screen. Firmino coming as a road to the final card for Liverpool. And then we've got a Conference League leak here for OGC Nice, which is Atal, and I really like the green designs. I really think that's one of the better card designs. It's much cooler than the Champions League card design, to be quite honest with you. And that's what we're getting. I mean, we see this Yusuf Atal card every single year. It's kind of stale at this point because we see that exact same Yusuf Atal where he gets moved to right back, and yeah, I don't know why he keeps popping up, but always a fun card to use. It's just really hard to link. And then, of course, we've also got Daniel Malin, which Nepenthes tweeted this one out. So the stats are confirmed for these cards right here on your screen. The rest of them that I showed you are not confirmed. This early reveal was sent out by EA themselves. And so those 3 cards are confirmed. Daniel Malin, I'm very excited for as a Dortmund fan, despite the fact that he hasn't been seeing much time for us recently. His card looks very good. And, well, we did beat Chelsea in the first leg, albeit very luckily. João Felix hitting the frame of the goal twice, and Kobel making some big saves. Definitely is a factor of the yellow wall and playing at home. We'll see if we can do it at Stamford Bridge once again. But that Daniel Malin with an upgrade or 2, wow, what a card. We're not done yet, though. We've got Goretzka. He's coming as a road to the final, and that card already part of Hullet Club, only going to get better as Bayern could get more upgrades. As long as they beat PSG, I'd say that they are favorites or, second favorites to Man City to win it all. So if they can get past PSG, I think that they could go a very long way in this tournament. And then next up, we've got Nico Barella. This card, I'll tell you, was he got a big upgrade last year, and that card did very well out of packs, went up in price a ton over time. He just fit the meta. We'll see if it happens again this year. Next up, we've got Fofana from Chelsea, a pretty average center back card in comparison to what we've seen already this year. This card is not anything special yet. Of course, if they do go semifinal, final, it could be spectacular, but not one of the most exciting cards in this promo. Now, Road to the Final Rewind is also coming to the promo. That is confirmed. The cards on here, not confirmed. Sanchez, Verissimo, Hamšík. These are all cards that are concepts, predictions, not confirmed. But that is going to be coming probably as a mini release. Maybe it comes as a objective release, SBC release, or maybe they just scatter it throughout the 2 weeks. But it is going to be a really exciting promo, as we will see Road to the Final Rewind cards from previous seasons. And so hopefully we can get ourselves some really nostalgic cards for FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. It's most likely going to drop today, although that's not confirmed, but we do have a Moussa Diaby Road to the Final SBC. And the card is going to be very not fun to play against, given that the pace is ridiculous, his dribbling is ridiculous. It's going to be one of those cards where it's just the ball is glued to their foot. And so if Bayer Leverkusen do go far in Europa League, that could end up being a problem. And that's obviously not going to be a super cheap SBC, because for all of these Road to the Final cards, they're going to be juiced in price. They're going to be expensive because just the potential of another upgrade is actually worth more in the game than the upgrade itself. Maybe not a ton of people doing this SBC, but the next match is in 6 days. Now here's the deal. Is this squad building challenge going to be out after that game is played? And if they do end up going through, you're going to see a huge wave of people go out and do this Diaby SBC. So it might not impact the market a ton at first, but it definitely has a chance of impacting the market over the course of the week. And what we can do is we can take a look at some of the links to this Diaby. And one of the cards that really stand out for me is Frimpong. Frimpong plays for Bayer Leverkusen, and he's in the current Team of the Week. Now, for new Team of the Week cards, I have found that if you buy that card on Sunday or on Monday, you're going to see that card rise pretty quickly over the course of the next few days. I think Monday might even be too late. You could probably buy Saturday or Sunday for a lot of these Team of the Week cards. And I think Frimpong is going to be a really good investment as we go out of packs. It's very similar, but on a much lower budget to the Hakimi card. Hakimi, for example, is dropping a little bit with the leak of Yusuf Attal. It's another 94 pace, very pacey right back from the same league. I think Hakimi is a safe hold if you still have him. Don't worry too much. It's a completely different card. They're going to be, Attal's going to be probably in the 100K to 200K range in price. Hakimi a little bit higher. Plus, Hakimi just gets those better PSG links. So I think it's a safe investment still. People panicking a little bit on that Hakimi card price right now. But as you guys can see, with Team of the Week cards all throughout the year, including last week, these cards hit a bottom point at the end of the weekend. Sunday was the exact day for Hakimi. If you take a look at the 14-day hourly, it was Sunday, a little bit past, content release time, or right before content release time, I guess, because once content actually did get released, he spiked up. But he was as low as 303,000 coins, as high as 367,000 coins, and has dropped a little bit in the panic for Yusuf Attal. But I digress. I think Frimpong's a good investment as an inform, but I think he's also a good investment as a complement link to Diaby. So that's a good one right there. And then we will look at center backs. You've got the likes of Upamecano. I don't believe is even out anymore. I think that's an SBC. Maxence Lacroix, that's a card that's okay just because the budget is so low at 26,000 coins. And it's not really above the price of what he's been in the past couple of weeks. So at 26,000 coins or less, you're looking at a no-risk investment that could move a little bit. That could easily go up to 29,000, 30,000 coins. So I don't think that's too risky either, but it's also not like a direct link to Diaby, just French and in the same league. We look at goalkeeper. We've got Hradecky. We've got Magnan. I don't think either of them are good investments. Then we've got Hudson-Odoi was an objective. We've got Hincapi. I don't think that this Hincapi card is a good investment because it's a little bit behind the power curve. I think a lot of people are going to be hoping that this Hincapi card goes up a little bit. It might get a little overinvested in and could actually drop a little bit because you can see he was as low as 17K a couple days ago. Now that we know that Diaby's come out, he's up to 19.5. I don't think he goes much higher. 87 pace, 84 defense, 3-star, 2-star. It's not a card people want to use right now. So I think that people would be more likely to just link Diaby through other players like Frimpong or just through French players in general. So we could see just French players that are a little bit more meta and in the public eye right now go up a little bit because of Diaby, but probably not too much unless Bayer Leverkusen end up winning that second match. And of course, even so, if they end up moving on to the quarterfinals. Here's a card I really like as a link investment, but please tread carefully with this one as he has already risen similar to Hincapi. This card with Florian Wirtz here, he is about 39,000 coins now. That is expensive, but the card is not bad. 85 pace, 92 dribbling, 86 passing. It's a good card to get Diaby into your team. And it doesn't compete with Diaby in any position. Center attacking mid, center mid. It's a good position there. And he's got 4-star, 4-star. So it's usable. It's just not that great of a card. It's just usable. That's about all you're getting from this card. 82 shooting is average. 85 pace is average. Dribbling is kind of the only stat that stands out here. At 39,000 coins, my biggest issue with this card is the fact that it was 34,000 coins a couple of days ago. It makes me wonder how much higher it can go, and you're also looking at about 5K a card that you're risking if Diaby is way overpriced. If Diaby ends up being super overpriced and not a lot of people want to do it, then this Wirtz card is going to come back down. So what I would say with this Diaby SBC is let's wait, see when this SBC comes out, then see how this Wirtz is moving after release. Don't panic buy in the first couple of minutes. Just wait and see, and then see if we have start having a healthy rise afterwards. Because what I am expecting is that this Diaby SBC will come out maybe today, and this Verts will probably come down a little bit after that SBC is released, maybe 2 hours afterwards. And then we can kind of get a look at, okay, this might be a good time to actually get in now because all of the panic sellers, all of the over-investing is over. And now we can see, all right, Diaby, is it worth doing? Yes, this card could rise over time now. So that's probably what I'm going to do with Verts. I'm not going to buy him before the SBC, but it's a card that I want to put in your mind as a card to look at. We look at right wing. You don't really have much over there. Griezmann, not really a card. I don't think he's going to move too much. And then at left wing, this is probably a position that Diaby is going to be able to play. So I'm not expecting this to be great investments either. Coman at an 88 rated card is not terrible though, just because of the price. 36,000 coins right now for Coman. His lowest point even after release was 34,000 coins. And if we take a look at the cheapest players by rating and we look at 88 rated cards, we'll see that the cheapest 88 rated card is about 31,000 coins right now. So the risk on this card at maximum is about 4,000 to 5,000 coins, just because that is where 88 rated cards are currently sitting. But I don't think this is SBC fodder. I fully believe that with 5-star skills, this Kingsley Coman with 94 pace, 89 dribbling, good club with Bayern, eventually is going to have a link there. He's from the same league as Diaby. He's from the same nation as Diaby. He can play left wing, and I expect that Diaby card to probably be a striker as well. So Kingsley Coman could end up working out. The risk is very little on Kingsley Coman. It's not like he has spiked up a ton ever since his low point, which was on Monday at about 34,000 coins. So that was his lowest point. That was before Diaby even came out. He's only risen about 1,500 coins since then. This could be a quick investment if everything works out perfectly. Most likely it's going to be a card that slowly rises over time. I think Coman's a good card to pick up. I don't think there's too much risk involved, but it's also another card that you can, again, wait till Diaby drops, see what happens to him, then pick them up when you're comfortable, and then you eliminate all of the risk with the investment. So that's another safer way to play, although you might lose out on a couple thousand coins of extra profit. You also will eliminate any risk of losing coins. So that's a way to play it. That's going to be it for today's video. We had a lot to cover. We had a lot to talk about. I'm still not covering everything, but the video is getting kind of long, so we're going to cut it off there. And I'll be back tomorrow again for another upload on Road to the Final Trading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.